The midnight snack heist. It started with the missing marshmallows. Benny Bear had stacked them neatly in the forest pantry, right beside the honey pots and a jar of Ruby Rabbit's raspberry jam. But when he returned the next morning, the marshmallows had vanished without a crumb left behind. "Hibernation, help me!" Benny gasped, his big furry paws patting around the empty shelf. "They're gone!" Ruby Rabbit, quick-footed and even quicker-witted, twitched her nose when she arrived. "That's the third snack this week," she said, thumping one foot. "First my carrot crackers, then your honey oats, and now marshmallows? This is no coincidence." "It's a heist," Benny said with a dramatic whisper. "A midnight snack heist." The two friends sat down on a mossy log outside the pantry and brainstormed. The forest pantry was a communal nook where all the animals stored their favourite treats for shared feasts and forest parties. It was nestled inside a hollow tree, sealed with a clever latch made from vines. No one was allowed in at night. Everyone knew that. "Well," Ruby said, rubbing her chin, "if the thief strikes at midnight, then we'll have to be awake at midnight." Benny's eyes grew wide. "But I go to bed at 8. Any later and I start sleep mumbling." Ruby chuckled. "That's perfect. We'll use your sleep mumbling to distract the thief while we trap them." So the trap was set. That evening, Benny pretended to snore loudly outside the forest pantry, wrapped in a blanket made of leaves. Ruby, hidden in a bush nearby, balanced a bucket of sticky berry jam above the pantry door. A loose vine connected the bucket to the latch. When opened, the thief would get a very gooey surprise. "And just in case they run," Ruby whispered, placing banana peels behind the tree, "we make their escape a little, slippery." Midnight struck. The forest was quiet save for Benny's theatrical snores. "Oh, don't take my marshmallows. They're so squishy," he mumbled, tossing in his leafy blanket. His snoring turned into murmured babble. So many crackers, crunchy carrots, honey dreams. Then a creak. Ruby held her breath. The pantry latch wiggled, then slowly, silently, the door began to open. Splat! The jam bucket emptied right on top of a small figure's head. "Ah, it's cold and sticky," cried a voice. Ruby leapt from the bush. "Gotcha!" The jam-covered thief stumbled backward right onto the banana peels. Whump! The forest echoed with giggles as the thief slid and tumbled into a pile of soft moss. Benny sat up, blinking. "Did we get him?" "We got him," Ruby grinned. The figure sat up, sticky and embarrassed. It was Squeaky Squirrel, the tiniest and speediest critter in the forest. "Squeaky," Benny gasped. "Why would you steal snacks?" Squeaky's cheeks burned red under the jam. I didn't mean to steal. I get the midnight munchies, and the pantry always has the best snacks." "But Squeaky," Ruby said gently, "the forest pantry is for everyone. You could have asked." "I know," Squeaky said, tail drooping. "I was just afraid you'd say no." Benny offered a paw. "You're our friend. You don't need to sneak around." Ruby nodded. "But if you do need midnight snacks, let's make a plan. A little basket just for you with healthy treats. No more honey jars at 2 a.m. Squeaky grinned. "Even jam?" "Only if you don't wear it next time," Ruby winked. The next day, the forest animals gathered to hear the tale of the midnight snack heist. There was laughter, applause, and even a reenactment, with Benny wearing a bucket on his head and Ruby pretending to slip on a banana peel. From that night on, the forest pantry had a sign. "No sneaking, midnight snacks available by request. See Ruby or Benny." And every once in a while, when the moon was high and the stars twinkled just right, you could hear soft munching in the forest. But this time, it came from a tiny squirrel, sitting politely with a napkin, and not a speck of jam in sight. Chew,